Hello, soulmate. If you're just starting out in sewing and you're confused about what shoes to buy, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Mona, and on this channel, I share beginners-friendly sewing tutorial. Today, I will show you the basic sewing tools every beginner needs to start sewing confidently. As a beginner, these are the basic tools you will need to start your sewing journey. Let's get started. To one, you need a sewing machine. The first and the most important tool is a sewing machine. As a beginner, you don't need an expensive machine. A simple straight stitch sewing machine is enough to start with. Focus on learning and not buying the most expensive machine. To two, you will need a measuring tape. A measuring tape is very important in sewing because you will use it to take body measurements and measure on your fabric correctly. Always make sure your measuring tape is not stretched or torn. So three, you will need a fabric scissors. A fabric scissors is different from normal scissors. Only use them for cutting fabric so they stay sharp. Using blunt scissors can ruin your cutting. So four, you will need a hand needle. A hand needle are very useful for small sewing, fixing mistakes and finishing. As a beginner, have different sizes in your sewing kits. So five, you will need a thread. Thread is what holds your sewing together. Always choose a good quality thread that matches your fabric. Avoid very cheap thread because they break easily. So six, you will need pins or clips. Pins helps hold your fabric together before sewing. If you're not comfortable with pins, you can use sewing clips instead. To seven, you will need a chalk or a fabric marker. Tailor's chalk or fabric marker are used to mark measurements and cutting lines on fabric. Always test it on the fabric first. Be sure it will come out nice. To eight, you will need a seam ripper or a blade. Mistakes happen, especially as a beginner. A seam ripper or a blade helps to remove stitch neatly without damaging the fabric. To nine, you will need an iron. An iron is a sewing tool, not just an household tool. Pressing your fabric and seams makes your sewing looks neat and professional. To 10, you will need a notebook. A notebook is very important. As a beginner, it is helpful to have a notebook where you write measurements, mistakes, and sewing tips you learn. These are the sewing tools every beginner needs. You don't need everything at once. Start small and grow as you learn. If you're learning sewing and you want simple step-by-step tutorial, don't forget to subscribe. I post beginners friendly sewing videos every week. Thanks for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye.